Hello friends. A slight change from the norm because I recently bought this amazing Hoover 3000 Tangential fan heater from 1963 recently. So I thought I'd just do a little quick video on it because I wanted to show it to you because it is one of the most amazing machines I have ever seen. Quite why you have to get a suntan on your unmentionables, I don't know, but yeah, I guess that's what you have for something that's tangential. But all joking aside, and terrible jokes aside, for which I do apologise most profusely, this is such an amazing machine. So this fan heater is 57 years old, and I just find that unbelievable, quite frankly. I had a quick look online for patents for fan heaters, and I found one for 1962. I don't know if any fan heaters predate that point. It would kind of make sense to me that they did, and they'd probably been around a lot longer prior to that. But yeah, there's very little patent data out there, and to find a fan heater from the 60s, 1963, that is an incredible age that still works. I mean, it really is quite something. When you think of fan heaters these days, you think of this modern Chinese rubbish built by Chinese children in sweatshops. But going back in time, they were actually beautifully made machines. This particular one, it is really heavy as well. It's got this huge metal body to it. It's absolutely massive. It's all metal. There's very little plastic on it, and it has this brilliant handle here. This handle's metal as well, and it has the feet that go up and down. You can actually vary the height, and you can also vary the angle of it as well. So you can have it blowing upwards, or you can have it blowing downwards. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. I found it on eBay. I think it was about 30 quid. So it wasn't a huge deal of money. And it's just such a nice machine. It's just, yeah, beautifully made, built to last. And yeah, just something that's really cool. I remember one of these coming into my friend's shop. Must be 25 years ago now. And obviously that was old then. And I think we managed to repair it. There wasn't much wrong with it, and got it going, and it went back to its owner. You can still find these on eBay. Actually, there's a couple of them. I think there's one that comes with its original box too, which is pretty cool. Nice to have it. But I actually bought this one to use. This house is really cold, and as we're going into winter now, it's really useful to have a fan heater that you can rely on. What's also quite interesting about this particular heater, and something that you don't get on them now, this goes up to 3,000 watts, which is an astonishing amount of current draw. 3,000 watts of heat, which is mind-boggling, frankly. And on that point, you've probably noticed this bit of flex dangling over there, but that's because I wanted to show you the cable on this fan heater and just how thick this cable is. It's amazingly thick. So this here is like normal 0.75 cable. I might have to bring you closer actually. Yes, I'm probably going to bring you down in a sec to give you a better view of this. So here's a much better view of the flex for you. So as I said previously, this is 0.75, so this is like normal vacuum cleaner flex. And this is 3-core flex from the fan heater. And the difference is absolutely astounding. This cable is so thick, and I think this is the original flex too. It's like ribbed. Hoover were using ribbed cable in the 60s, but yeah, the difference between the sizes is just unbelievable. I think this is probably 1 mil, this cable, so it's obviously built for high current draw, and being 3,000 watts, you need a really nice thick cable in order to run the machine. So that just shows you how much current this particular machine draws. So I think what we'll do now is we'll plug it in, come and have a look at it. Have a look at the control panel as well, and you can actually hear it working because it is so quiet. Modern fan heaters, they make a whoosh noise. You can really hear them, and they can interfere with what you're doing in the room. So if you're sat down watching TV, you get this constant noise of the fan heater running and the air moving through it. But with this machine, there's hardly any noise whatsoever. So come on down. I'll show you the front panel, and then we'll see the Hoover working. So I've plugged the fan heater in now, and as you can see, it's got this nice little neon light here that is always lit when there's mains current to the machine, so you know when it's on. You've got quite a simple control panel here, but there's a surprising amount of options. So this red button here is the off button. Then you have full cool, full heat, half heat, and half cool. And what these do is they energize half of the coil on the motor, and on half heat you have half of the element as well. So you get 1500 watts of heating from it. So if I just press the buttons now, and you can actually hear the machine running. Now, bearing in mind you're quite close, it doesn't move a huge amount of air on half mode, but if I shut up, you can probably hear just how quiet that is on half cool. So if I now put full cool, we get the full coil energized on the motor. So even on full tilt, you know, there's not a great deal of noise there, and the machine is very stable. There's hardly any vibrations coming through at all on the through to the case, mainly because these legs here are sort of mounted on springs. So you get, I can't feel anything on the table. There's a slight little hum there, but nothing compared to a modern machine. So you can obviously put half heat on, so that slows down the motor and energizes half of the element to get 1500 watts of heating power. And this on its own is incredibly hot. I can't keep my hand there for any length of time. 1500 watts is actually quite powerful. And if you put it on full heat, you get the full tilt of the motor and all of the element comes on. And this is incredibly hot. And in fact, I don't want to run it too long because it's actually blowing into the face of the camera, so you could end up melting, which we really don't want. And it's just so quiet and so well made. It's just such a lovely machine, beautifully built. And then of course, if you press the off button, the switches pop out and it stops. And you can tell that this is actually made really well, because all of the tags, all of the wires inside the heater, they have spade connectors on the end. So there's like a terminal block that resides behind the switch bank, with all the wires that go off to the element, to the motor, the mains in. They all have spades on them, not like a modern machine that would be crimped or soldered or done incredibly cheaply. They went to the hassle of putting a spade connector on every single wire that's in this heater, and that is another one of the reasons why it has survived for so long. 57 years, it is really quite something. So there we go. That's just like a little brief overview video of this really amazing heater. I guess it's kind of nice to mix things up sometimes. I don't want to show you vacuum cleaners all the time when there are a lot of other machines out there which are quite interesting. So if you've never seen one of these and you think, oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty awesome, you can still buy them. As I said earlier, you can find them on eBay. The last time I looked, there was one of these with its original box. So yeah, if you're in the market for a fan heater and you want something really good, something that will last you, I would absolutely recommend you go and buy one of these. Go and buy a vintage one. Don't buy this modern Chinese crap, which is just rubbish. Get something that was built to last, something that's really good. And this machine, if looked after, will last another 20 years. Amazing, really. What a life. If this thing could talk, can you imagine all the hours and years that it's spent in various people's front rooms, just sat there, heating away, all the things it's seen, all the stories it could tell. I think that's absolutely amazing, frankly. So there we go, slightly different video for you this time. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, subscribe and like, always appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye.